Down in the place to be. Forget your cares and the war, most definitely.
What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review. And today we're taking a look at something that I've been anticipating for a very, very long time. We are going to be taking a look at the brand new Neca Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin. This is the Armored Edition. I plan on getting both, but I have not found the Unarmored Edition, but he'll get his own video once I do. I just can't believe this exists. This is so awesome. I did a custom a while back. I never thought we'd get an official one, let alone it be from Neca. I recently reviewed the Playmates one, so go check that video out if you haven't already, even though that figure's straight dookie. So, yeah, foreshadowing. But anyway, this looks amazing. So on the side, you get some awesome-ass artwork. The Last Ronin, you get some product shots over here. Quick read-up over there. I will not spoil who it is, just, you know, kind of, you know, just in case if you haven't read it, because I highly recommend you do. The top, Last Ronin, bottom, barcode. I got mine at a comic book store, but I have seen people find them in Best Buy, so looks really good. And then the figure inside. So without further ado, I'm very excited. So let's go ahead and pop this bad boy open. That's good smelling plastic, my friends. So getting this guy out of the package. Just take a second. Just take a second. Look at this MF right here, bro. This is insane. This is a great action figure in every single way. And I have one tiny complaint. And it's not anything that I haven't complained about with Neca before. So it's just it is just an amazing action figure, guys. When I took pictures of this, I was like, I couldn't stop, because there's so much variety and options that you can do with this guy, and it's just action figure perfection. So without further ado, I'll do my best to showcase this without having it in your hand, because you really need to get this guy to appreciate how amazing it is. So going ahead and taking a look at the head sculpt here. This is our first head portrait, and it's just the line work on there, the teeth sculpt, the texture on the hood looks so good. I love the sculpt on the hood. It looks great with like that like Deadpool dip kind of thing. And then you get 3 colors on the pads on the shoulders alone. You get the base tone, the wash on top, and then the black line work in there. That's amazing. I just can't get over how awesome that is. All the black line work around there that emulate the comic book art style is you know, very the effect is very well put together, so to speak, I guess, for lack of better terms. The arms here look really good. There's this nice dry brush over the entire body, which I really, really like. The elbow pads they're the same on the elbow pads, but there's a nice wash on them as well, with some nice black line work in there. And then you obviously get to his metal gauntlets, and they look fantastic. The metal, like the silver around the cuts, look really nice, so it's very believable that this is real metal. And then the pads on the fists and gloves look really great as well. Looks like actual leather, but out of a comic book at the same time. It's so hard to explain like how good that is. And then the other side has an equal amount of paint. The back, I really, really like this. I saw some people say they don't like it, but like how this is like a string. I think that's a great idea. I think that's awesome, and it really holds the weapons nice. Not too tight, not too loose, and you know, he's all about the weapons, so like he fucks it up like that. I really, really like that. I actually think that's the one for the sword. I think this one is the one for the bow. Whatever, we'll talk about that when we get to accessories, but I really like this. And even the rope has a freaking wash on it, and there's like a dry brush on the silver ring. Like, it's insane. The belt has so much paint on it, a great black wash on there. Makes it look just like leather. And then the texture on the overcoat, I guess, cloak, I don't know, has great line work in there. The stitching on the side is sculpted really nice, and then the dry brush on there just carries on all the way to the knees. I like that he has the 2 different knee pads. I think that that's really cool. This is more like a classic Turtles one, and then this is kind of a different style for the Turtles, which I do really like both of them. I like that they're both, you know, different. And then you get his feet, which have so much paint on them as well. Each layer has a little shading on it, and then the line work on there, and then you get to his dogs, the turtle's dogs, and it's just, look at those feet. Like, there's so much paint on just the feet alone. You get the black line work, the wash, the toenails are painted, you get 2 kinds of wash, a dry brush, it's like the sandals are painted, all of it looks amazing. And it just, like, it just goes to show that what I've been saying for over a year now, that NECA is peak. NECA makes the best action figures on the market, and I don't care what anybody says. Would it be nice if there were no pins in the knees? Absolutely. But do I understand that that's what NECA does at this point? Yeah, it's like complaining that about a McFarlane figure. You know they're going to have them. They suck, but you know they're going to have them. Unless NECA does this weird thing with the double jointed knee elbows. I'd honestly rather prefer this than that, but wow. It's just like, it just looks awesome. Now, one complaint that I have that is not NECA's fault at all. Just he never really looked like a turtle to me. Like, other than like the face and the 3 fingers and 2 toes kind of thing, like, he kind of loses that shape of a turtle, like, so to speak. Like, just look at the front of the box here. Like, he doesn't really look like a turtle, if that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe that again, that is not a complaint on NECA's part. That is just me making an observation. But I really, really like the way this guy looks, and he comes with a fuck ton of stuff to boot. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at that, because this is going to take a minute. So this is everything you can get out of the packaging. I remember showing my girlfriend like the picture of this and going, this, showing her this, cost $5 to $6 more than this, and then showing the Iron Spider that just came with an extra pair of hands, and she was like, what? I'm like, yeah. It's ridiculous, right? She's like, yeah, that's kind of crazy. So, I don't know, all you Hasbro dick sucks can enjoy your Marvel Legends, but this, I mean, I love Marvel Legends, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't compare to shit like this, guys. So, let's run through it. You get Raph Sai, of course. Looks great silver paint on there. Very sharp, actually extremely sharp, and then you get a nice wash on the handle there. Love it. You get Leo's katana with a sheath to boot. So you go in there like that. There's a little bit of a wash on the holster itself, and then the handle on the hilt looks great, dude. Look at that paint on there. That's awesome. And shing. Also hard, sharp, love it. Great silver paint. Very much like that. You do get Mikey's nunchucks, which also look great. You get real chains. I love the sculpting detail on there. The wash in there amplifies the sculpt great. And then the final of the 4 brothers weapons, you do get, of course, Donatello's bow staff with the nice wash on there as well. It just looks so good. Love that. It's not bendy neither. I like that. You do get a couple extra hands. Of course, he comes with fists in the packaging, but you got to get some grippy hands to hold the weapons. Equal amount of great paint on all of them. And then my favorite pair, to be honest, I love style pose hands. So you get a pair of open, like, just style pose. So I like that a lot as well. Then you get this tiny little ball. I think this is like a little bomb that he was using to... Well, it's hard to say. I don't want to spoil it, but you do get 2 little dots of red paint on there. Nice silver wash. It's insane. They put a wash on that tiny little thing. You get not 1, not 2, not even 3, but 4 ninja stars, and they are all extremely small and sharp, but I really like them. So I think that they are a very nice touch as well to get. So they look like this, and you get 4 of them. So very nice. You do get his like grapple claw thing. I forget what this thing's called, but it's on an actual string, very long string. It's like a foot long, and you can wrap it up and put it on the side of his body, which, by the way, I will be showing how you can store all this on the figure itself. Then you get his Tamfa. I believe that's what this is called. This is the weapon that I'm gonna have him hold personally. I like the art on the box. So the silver dry brushing on this is just awesome. It's huge too. It's a very big Tamfa. Then, getting close to the end here, you do get a different head portrait with interchangeable like bandana pieces. I like the long one personally, but you do get 2 separate ones of those. A different head portrait, which you can swap out on the body. So what you'll do is take the hood off. So if you just want this look for him, you can do that, but you can pop the head off and pop this boy on. It's a little tight because it's the first time I'm putting it on, but does go on there. You can put the hood back on, on that. So if you want to change the look of him a little bit like that, or you take the hood off and put either one of the bandana pieces in the back of the head for either head. Which, come on now, stop fucking with me. That's awesome. And then finally, you do get the goggles with an actual elastic band. So I recommend taking off the bandana first, like the bandana piece, and then putting this on. And I would say also that it doesn't really like to stay on the head well. It'll like slide up. So what you do, for me anyway, is put it down like that, and then put one of the bandana pieces on after the fact. So like this. And then that'll help it avoid from riding up in the back and popping off of his head. So it holds it in place. And they look great too. The little red in the eyes look awesome. But I actually also just noticed that there's more paint on this head. There's no speckling on my screaming head. Huh. I don't know. Is there supposed to be? Let me know. See, the second I take that off. But I will say that the goggles work better with the hood. So it's a little finicky at first. But once you get it... Ooh, shit. Look at him, bro. Look at the guy. That's so awesome. So that's probably how I'm going to be displaying him. Something like that. I really, really like that. That looks really dope. Holy shit. Yeah, no, he looks badass. So I think that looks really cool with the goggles like that. So yeah, that is the most accessories I think I've ever gotten with one figure that isn't like an import or something. And even still with like imports, like they don't give that many accessories. So this is an amazing array. Now, as far as weapon storage, you can do a lot of things with it. So first off, you can put, I usually like to put the bow staff in this one. So you can put the bow staff back there. That looks good, right? We like that. Then what I do is put the chucks right here in this one, because this is like the biggest hole. So at points they fit in here. You just kind of just be careful. You don't want to break or tear anything. So I got them in once. I don't know. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it's, I think it's, I'm sorry, I did this wrong. So his bow staff goes in this one, and then the chucks I usually stuff in here. Yeah, there we go. Sorry about that. But yep, so that's that. Then you still have your two slots up here, which I usually put Raf Sai here. And then for up here, I put the katana holster in this sheath all the way up here. Looking good. And then usually that leaves this one open. I don't usually put anything in there, to be honest. I found that I don't really need it. But the last thing that I do is I go ahead and I wrap this up. You got to do it loose so you can get it off of your finger. But wrap it up. Nice and neat like, right? And you can, I sometimes like to hook it on Raf's Sai at the front, something like that, and then have it draped like that. I think that looks cool. But I wish they gave like a little hook, kind of like a Wonder Woman thing, because you can kind of see it in the art that that's how it is, but it doesn't really give the option for that. So yeah, I mean, you can kind of alternate, put the bow staff up here, but I think like getting all the weapons on him is crucial. Like it just is like so pinnacle to his character. So I really, really like that you're able to put like pretty much everything on him that he comes with. Now, of course, he is going to be a little limited in articulation. I know people always complain about Neca not having good articulation, but it's not bad for what it's supposed to be. I mean, sure, he should be a little bit more agile, but I don't hate this, but I know some people will complain about it. So going up and looking at the head, you do get a double ball peg, so the head will go up, down, pivot, and rotate, or rotate and pivot, kind of did that backwards. So pretty decent motion. I mean, you can get him to look up pretty much as far as you would need. Down, kind of just looks straight, but he's got like a hunch thing going on. The shoulders are my biggest complaint. I feel like they should definitely be able to go up more than that, but they don't. That's about as far as they go. They'll go down. They will rotate 360. You do get double jointed elbows that go about that far, so more than 90. and then the wrist, and they'll rotate at the elbow. So you don't get a bicep swivel, but they do rotate at the elbow. You get a wrist swivel and hinge. Really wish that the weapon holding hands had a vertical hinge, but they do not. All the hands are horizontal, which is a little sucky. Then your torso is a big ball joint, so it'll roll around. You can crunch a little bit, arc back, pivot side to side, and rotate. So more than most turtle figures, but it's kind of because the shell isn't out. You can do about that far out. Kick forward that far, back, upper thigh, cut, double jointed knees that actually work and look fantastic. So very, very nice there. The ankle will rotate. It'll go down. Only, oh, goes all the way down then. Oh, pretty much all the way forward and a pivot. So, honestly, waist down, pretty good. But up here, the elbows and the arms not going up, kind of brings them down a little bit. Not a lot for me personally. I just kind of like them in menacing, like beefed up poses. So this kind of works for me, but I know some people will complain about that. So let me know what you guys think. Should you have more articulation? Is it just right for what you get with everything else? What do you guys think? Now, unfortunately, at the time of this recording, I am home for Thanksgiving break, so I'm not in the dorm like I normally am, which means I don't have the Zach Toys team with me, but I do have something from my younger brother's collection that I will use as a size comparison, just to give you guys an idea, even though I know it's not what you're used to. Here he is next to Bucky Cap. So you can see that he's a little bit taller. Not much. Turtles are supposed to be kind of short, and this is a 7-inch scale line. But he's beefy as shit. So really, really like that. Unfortunately, you're going to be seeing Daredevil in the next couple videos. Well, not unfortunately. I really like this figure, but it's just the way that it goes. I didn't bring my whole team with me, but I really do like the size of this guy as well. So while it's probably not any surprise, some of you might be out there wondering, yo, Ant, what are you thinking of this fig? And guys, I'm going to tell you right now, this is top 10 material right here. I'm so happy to fucking have this thing. And for him to be the price point that he was, I paid $40 for this thing. $40. And you get all this stuff with it. Like, it blows my mind that people try to argue with me that NECA is not better than like Hasbro or something. It's insane. I feel like the only reason people really like Hasbro sometimes is because they have the Marvel license. And don't get me wrong, I like a good Hasbro figure, but compared to this other stuff that other companies are doing, it's no match, guys. But that's just my opinion. That is just my opinion. Anyway, I'm extremely happy with this figure. The paint is amazing. The sculpt is spot on. The amount of accessories rivals the amount of plastic of the figure itself. And it's an amazing character. The articulation will do. It's not great, but it'll do, at least for my terms. I mean, like, look, I got him in that pose from the front of the box as best as I could, and that's actually pretty damn good. So, yeah, one-footed pose, easy, bro, easy. But anyway, I'm giving this a solid 10 out of 10. There's like barely any complaints with this guy. It's an amazing action figure, guys, and I really cannot rave about it enough on how good this thing is. So, I believe that's all I got for today. If you have not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I post a lot over there. We just hit over 1,000 subs. Thank you guys so much. At the time of this recording, anyway, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. And I will be doing a giveaway announcement before December, or around the beginning of December, and have it ready for Christmas. But anyway, the question bears, as always. Let me know. You copping? I don't know. See you guys in the next one. Peace.